Most people think a hike begins when you step onto the trail. This one didn't. Our day started before sunrise with a 2-hour taxi ride through the Alps, followed by a completely packed shuttle bus to Ville de Glaciers. By the time we started hiking, we'd already been traveling for hours. I knew this was going to be one of the longest days of Tour du Mont Blanc. What I didn't know was how different it would be from what I'd planned. I thought this stage would be about 15 or 16 miles. It ended up being over 18. I didn't just show up for this hike. I spent months training for it. I was out hiking every week, working on my cardio, spending time strength training in the gym. Looking back, that strength training helped more than I expected it would. We climbed over Col de Seine, crossed from France into Italy, and eventually stopped at Rifugio Elisabetta for some pasta ragu. We just hung out for about an hour, taking in the mountains, and I felt great. I honestly felt like all the training had paid off. I couldn't have felt much better at that point. Then the day changed. Later that afternoon, we came to a junction. I'd guess about 95% of the hikers took the low route. If you went that way, you could catch a bus to Courmayeur and cut about 5 miles off the hike. We took the high route. I don't regret that decision for a second. The views were some of the best we saw on the entire Tour du Mont Blanc. What I didn't realize was that after that second climb, we still had nearly 8 miles to go, almost all of it downhill. By the end of the day, we covered over 18 miles and descended more than 6,100 feet. The training had worked. My legs never let me down. The problem wasn't my fitness. The problem came near the end of the day. The trail eventually became ski roads and then pavement. After spending the entire day hiking with a heavy backpack, those last miles on pavement into Courmayeur were unbelievably hard on my feet. I had trained for the climbs, I had trained for the descents. What I hadn't thought about was walking on hard pavement after a full day on the trail. Every step was painful. By then, I was counting down the steps until I could finally take my boots off. By the time I reached the hotel, I'd been gone for over 13 and a half hours. Would I take the high route again? Absolutely. The views made every extra mile worth it. But if you're planning this stage of Tour du Mont Blanc, there's one thing I tell you. Don't underestimate those last miles into Courmayeur. For me, they were the hardest steps of the entire day.